Hello, everyone, and welcome to Statesman Soundwave. My name is Raghav Kosa, and I'm the host of this podcast. Today, we will be continuing one of the mini series here on this podcast. It will be the second edition of Getting to Know Statesman. With me today, I have our opinions editor for print, Jasmine. Jasmine, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Sun and I'm a junior this year at Stevenson.
Thank you so much for being here today, Jasmine. Let's get started right away. So, how long have you been a part of Statesman?
So this is my second year being a part of Statesman and last year I was like a staff writer.
Nice. So, why did you want to join this program?
Honestly, I think it was because of like Mr. Bradshaw. I took journalism on a whim because I just wanted to try a different elective that, I haven't really like read about previously. And, I met Mr. Bradshaw and honestly, like I didn't think that I wanted to go into journalism, that this was something for me, but I think he's a really great advisor. He really brings out the best in everyone. I think he kind of just inspired me to like write and tell stories.
Definitely. Mr. Bradshaw is, I think, a big part of what makes Statesman community so good because he just brings like an energy and vibe to every meeting, like even on Zoom. I've only been part of Statesman on Zoom and I've already felt that connection with him. I'm assuming like in person it's just a different level of like community within the classroom.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't imagine Statesman with someone else like as an advisor.
The jokes he cracks and just the stories he tells, they're all great.
No,
Yeah.
he's so wholesome.
Yes, he definitely is. So, what's your favorite part of journalism and news writing?
I think I kind of mentioned this before, but I really like the like storytelling, kind of like uncovering maybe these like niche little stories or features that like I guess you would walk by every day and just never know of. Last year I covered a story about like the Bright Lights Candle Company, which was basically this company to help students who are in like the transition house and just help them gain these life skills. And it was something that I thought was really touching, and I just never really knew it existed before.
Yeah, I think journalism is a great way to connect with the community around you because you're reporting around about them, especially as a school news writer. I mean, in journalistic writing, I also because this is my first year on staff, I really haven't written as much as you have, but I remember like just writing different stories about the Stevenson community. It really was a fun experience, and that's a big part of what makes news writing so much fun.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Yeah, and it's also great that you figured like you took this class on a whim, but now you like enjoy it so much that you want to pursue it. So,
Yeah, definitely.
what else are you a part of at Stevenson?
So other than journalism, I am the president and like founder of our school's psychology club. So just a quick plug, we meet every other Wednesday, come join us. We'll be psyched to see you there. Um, and as, other than psychology club, I'm also an FMP with Raghav here, and I'm also part of National Honor Society.
That's great. So you're involved in it's not just Statesman for you; it's a bunch of other communities. But going back to Statesman, what is one favorite memory of yours from last year on staff?
I think I've got to say one of my favorite memories was actually like our layout night, kind of like right before like quarantine and like the coronavirus started. And I don't know, it was just really nice. There's always like this like late night like delirium on our layout nights because like when you're just like with the same people for like 6 like 7 hours eating dinner together, like it's a whole vibe. And I just like had this like really warm feeling about like that night, I guess.
You want to explain what layup nights are for people who aren't familiar with it?
Yeah, sure. So normally, if we were in school, near the end of every cycle, there would be basically a day where all the statesman staffers, we'd basically stay from like when school ended to like 8, 9, sometimes like 10 p.m., just like really just like working hard and like everyone's focused trying to get their story done and like published.
Oh, okay. So it's just a basically a prolonged work day for you guys.
Yeah, but I like to think of it as like a bonding day as well, because like like every time we order food from a different place, like someone goes and picks it up. There's like a designated driver, and I don't know. You sometimes you sit next to someone that like you never would have sat next to, and like you get to know them really well.
Yeah, that's what makes Statesman so great in my opinion. You meet so many new people. There's like 46 people on staff now. And I
Hmm.
feel once like across my next 2 years, and including this year and next year, I think I'll get to know each and every one of them in a new and better way that I wouldn't have if it weren't for Statesman.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to work with more of the new staffers this year.
Definitely. Now this is going more personal questions. What animal represents you?
Wow, that was a very quick, like change of topic.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I'm a little bit swept off my feet by this. I I think I would say like maybe this is so hard. I think maybe I would say like koala bear. Like they're kind of like way back, they're just like chilling in Australia. I feel like that's a really nice place to be. You're like chilling with the kangaroos and like the wombats and like the Australians with their accents. Just think that
No,
would be like life.
I would definitely like a koala's lifestyle, just sleeping for 19
Mhm.
hours, no worries, just holding onto your tree and just vibing. That's all. I always refer to a panda. I would always want to be a panda. It's like very similar. Sleep for 19 hours and then eat bamboo and just have fun with your fellow pandas.
Yeah,
But
a really good lifestyle that
yes,
I'm
that's
sure the biology J inspired.
yes, definitely. Um, so what has been your favorite vacation you've ever taken?
Hmm. I've got to say, like, I feel like my family, like, we used to go to Wisconsin Dells with like a few other families, like every year in the winter. And I don't know, that's just really nostalgic because like we would bring like our Chinese, like we would bring our food there to all eat because they would have these like suites and like all the rooms would be like connected, right? And there's a kitchen. And like, I don't know, like we'd always celebrate like Christmas there. So like we'd make gingerbread houses. And I don't know, that's like a really nostalgic like family memory.
Yeah, I love those like trips with family friends, you know, you like
Mhm.
especially if you're close with like the kids in our case. It just makes it better. I remember going to Universal one time with some of our family friends. That was just so much fun. All the kids just ran off, all the everyone else
Yeah.
like kind of slow, but it was just yeah, like those family vacations are definitely great. What is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Hmm. I've gotta say, I think I've gotta say like Culver's. I don't
Culver's?
know, like the Wisconsin, like their whole like Wisconsin like advertising theme that just like really calls me, especially the cheese curds. I really like it's like it embodies Midwestern culture, and I would like to say that I have Midwestern culture. Yeah, like there's cheese curds, like those are so like oh they're so good. There's two types of cheese.
Cheese curd.
The French fries are crinkle cut and it's custard, it's not ice cream.
Mhm.
Like
Culver's does things differently. Like I think no other fast food restaurant I know of does like cheese curds and custard instead of like ice cream, like basic McDonald's would do. This is my last question. So, what's one word to describe yourself?
Okay, well, I actually had to ask my friends about this like 2 months ago because of like Panderson's survey, right? So I was like scrolling back, and I think like the best word that my friends came up with that I agree with would be like free spirited. I feel like, I don't take things like too seriously, just kind of like go with the flow and like go at your own pace, but not for journalism because you got to meet deadlines, but in general, like adventure and all that.
I think that like no, I've known you for like 2 months now, but I can definitely get that free spirited vibe from you. That's a good word.
I got
She mentioned Panderson. That's our history teacher. He's a great guy. Panderson, if you're listening to this, I hope you are. But if you are, we were shouting you out. But and with that, I would like to conclude this episode of Statesman Soundwave. Jasmine, I hope you enjoyed being on the show today.
I did. It was a great experience,
Yeah.
Raghav.
We all got to know Jasmine better, and we'll get to know more Statesman members as we continue with this series. So, for all the listeners out there, thank you for showing your support for this podcast. This is something new that we are doing at Statesman, and we hope that everyone is enjoying our content. To always stay up to date with all our episodes, please check out our socials, including our Twitter at Statesman SHS and Instagram at AESHS Statesman. Also, be sure to check out our website, www.statesmanshs.org, for all our stories, including Jasmine's. So I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.